welcome to our video on adding and subtracting multi-digit numbers with decimals. That is our goal for this video. Our evidence is understand the algorithm for adding multi-digit decimals, understand the algorithm for subtracting multi-digit decimals, and of course complete your guided notes. If you don't have those out yet, get them out. Our learning experiences, we're going to be doing 2 small mini lesson problems talking about each of those algorithms. You're going to do 2 you-dos, so you're going to do those problems. And then there's some suggested practice problems at the end. Those are optional, but I suggest you do them because it's good practice. So, with that, we'll move on to our first example. So, our first example, we are adding with decimals. Now, our algorithm here, we are going to very, very simply line up our place values. So here, for example, we have a 6 and our 5. Those are both in the ones position, so we're going to make sure that those are lined up. We also want to make sure that the 3 and the 5 are also lined up since they are in the tenths position. So we want to rewrite this. Yeah, 6.31. I'm actually going to start by putting the 5 there, make it a little bit easier to line up. And then we have our 15.5 there. Of course, we can put our plus sign in as well. And what you'll notice is our decimal points are actually now lined up. That's kind of the trick to this. As long as your decimal points are lined up and the rest of your digits are lined up, then you should be fine. If you line up your decimal points first, your digits should also be okay. Now you'll notice that we're missing digits here and here. That's okay. All we have to do is we have to add in a couple of zeros. It's not going to change anything about our problem. It just makes it a little bit easier to use. So now we just add them like we normally would, like any other problem that you'd have. Once you've lined up the decimals, that's your algorithm. You don't actually need to do anything different, anything that you don't know already. So let's just add these together. We have 1 plus 0. It's 1. Amazing. We have 3 plus 5, which is 8. We have 6 plus 5. It's 11, so we're going to put a 1 down there. We'll carry our 1 here. And then we have 1 plus 0 plus 1, which is, of course, 2. And then we just take our decimal where it was, and we put it in the exact same spot that it would be. So that gives us our answer of 21.81. So if you need to look at that again, just rewind. I'm not going to stop for any reason, so watch it if you need. We're going to move straight on to our next problem. So this is the first you do it. This should be in your guided notes. Do this problem. If you need to look back at the rest of the video, you can do so. Pause the video if you're not on Edpuzzle, and give it your best shot. I'll see you when you finish. This time, in example 2, we're going to look at subtracting with decimals. You would think that it might be a little bit harder, but it's actually almost the exact same thing as doing addition with decimals. We're again going to line up our place values. So we'll have our ones lined up, our tenths lined up, and our decimals lined up. So we want to rewrite it again. So we have 7.14 and 4.3. We're going to subtract them. We can, of course, add our zeros in as well, or 0. We only need 1 this time. And then, just like with addition, we're basically done. We've used our algorithm. We've lined up our place values. So now we just have to subtract like we normally would. 4 minus 0 is easy enough. It's just 4. 1 minus 3 is a little bit trickier. We're going to have to borrow 1 from the 6, or rather from the 7 to make it a 6. We'll turn this into an 11. 11 minus 3 is 8. And then 6 minus 4 is going to be 2. We, of course, have our decimal as well. So we can put that there, which means our solution is going to be 2.84. So now that we've done a problem with subtraction, I want you to try this one. pause the video if you need, or it'll pause automatically for you now. So you've finished the second practice problem. Now we're at the end of our video. Thank you for watching. Hopefully that made sense. I would suggest trying these suggested practice problems next. You'll notice that there's one that's addition and one that's subtraction. The subtraction one is a little bit nicer for you. I already lined it up, though there might be one extra step that you want to do before you get started. Have fun. Good luck.